what light through yon window breaks? It is the east, and Mrs. Morgan is the sun. I bid you good morrow, noble pilgrims. Prefer ye a ballad? I have such ballad here. I will sing it. Oh, here is my hand, the stranger replied, I'll serve you with all of my heart. My name is John Little, a man of good middle, never doubt me, for I'll play my part. His name shall be altered, said William Studley, and I will his godfather be. Prepare then a feast, and none of the least, for we will be merry, said he. Ladies and gentlemen, you can only imagine how exciting it would be to live in a little village and all of a sudden these balladeers, these minstrels, these actors would come into your town and perform and sing Robin Hood for you. It would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? All right, let's talk about chapter 2. Actually, first let's talk about grammar. Let me find my trusty piece of chalk. All right, a couple things I want to talk about here. Writing dialogue. Take a quick peek. Sorry, I don't understand, said Bob. All right, Bob said something, so we need to of course use punctuation to make that clear to our reader. How do we show that someone is speaking with punctuation? That's right, we use quotation marks. 2 quotation marks, or what you guys know as apostrophes, but 2 of them right here at the beginning of the quote, and then closing quotations at the end of the quote. Which, can you determine where that is? Sorry, I don't understand, said Bob. Precisely, just after understand. Now, if the attribution, the said part, said Bob, is at the end of the sentence, we're going to do a comma in between the last letter of the last word spoken and those closing quotation marks. There we go. Sorry, I don't understand, said Bob. Any other observations? Okay, very good. Bob is a proper noun. Let's capitalize him. We'll do our 3 lines. That's kind of the proofreading mark. And then one other thing, and this is, well, actually, excuse me, 2 other things. We've got a contraction right here, don't. Very good. And one more thing. The beginning of the sentence, sorry. All right, that's an interjection. You might recognize interjections like yikes, or geez, or wow, or gosh, or okay. A lot of times people use exclamation marks with interjections, but in this case, you're not going, sorry, I don't understand. You're just saying, sorry, I don't understand. But if you listen to the way I read it, you'll know what punctuation belongs there. Sorry, I don't understand. Yeah, you got it, a comma. So if you start a sentence with an interjection and you're not exclaiming it, you're not basically yelling it, you just use a comma. Sorry, I don't understand, said Bob. All right, looking pretty good. All right, short recap, chapter 2, Robin Hood. We meet Little John, the scene where Little John and Robin Hood, they spar, they fight on the bridge. It's a really cool scene. The descriptions of them kind of battling back and forth with cudgels. It's really fun, mainly because it has so much humor in it. Humor, I think we should all remember, is really a good thing. If we think about the root word of humor, we think of hume, we think of humus or humus, which we recognize from science as being that basically dirt, organic material. And if we think about it biblically, we come from dirt, we come from dust. So having a sense of humor is having a sense that you'll return to dust, that God made you out of dirt, and you don't take yourself too seriously. Let's not forget that pride's the first sin. So it's a good thing to have a sense of humor. And Robin Hood and his merry men have a great sense of humor. Notice that they're called the merry men, not, Robin Hood and his depressed band of outlaws, or Robin Hood and his anxious group of thieves. No, they're Robin Hood and his merry men. We like them because they have a good sense of humor. More specifically, they have wit. And wit is when they use words in a quick and inventive way to create humor. You'll notice the interactions between Little John and Robin Hood are full of a lot of kind of witty dialogue back and forth. They use a lot of wit. Also, Will Stutely, he uses a lot of wit as well. I want you to go back and pay attention to that dialogue. And it's, the wording can be a little bit challenging to decipher, but if you really think about it, you can determine kind of, oh, that's a joke there. That's them being humorous or them being witty. That's what I want your paragraph to be about. I want you to go back, look at chapter 2, and find 3 examples of the way characters use humor or wit. And they use humor and wit specifically to do something, really to create friendship and to kind of diffuse a stressful or difficult situation. So go back, and I want you to write one paragraph on the use of humor in chapter 2. Try to determine what the jokes are, and also try to actually, remember, we want to show, not tell. So actually try to show me some of the jokes, some of the wit, some of the humor in it, and use dialogue, quote the characters. All right? If you have any questions on that, I'm just looking for one paragraph. And again, don't forget, topic sentence, vivid details with examples, use all the conventions, indent, spell properly, use proper punctuation, and of course, try to show me and use a little dialogue when you're doing that showing. Other than that, have a good day. Enjoy continuing into Robin Hood. Let's read chapter 3, and don't forget about the paragraph. All right, take care, everybody.